Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Eric Covenant of Love coming to you in Archaic Symbolism. And today, this should have been Archaic Radio, should have been a live show. I owe one individual a live show, but Wednesdays are bad for me. Got to deal with responsibilities. But anyway, so I'm glad to be back to the Great Cube. For those of you who know about it, I am happy to be there. I show Satan, the opposer, but there's a symbolism within that. This right here, amazing symbolism. Today's show is going to be rough if you're a Christian. And I'm going to get into a lot of different things today. And at the end of this video, I'm going to try to show you some understanding of symbolism in my perspective. And I'm going to promote some people today that I don't necessarily keep with how they think or keep with their faith or non-faith. I really want those that are around me to keep an open mind and to learn everything. It's about looking from a thousand points of light. And looking at the perspectives of everybody. Okay, that doesn't mean that you know my stance on certain things. I'm not going to get in that today. I don't think I need to. So let's get with it. Okay, I'm going to say his name is Stexon Hammer 666. You know my opinion on 666. This individual here, and I mean this wholeheartedly, beyond genius. He is an amazing. His mind is utterly amazing. I actually asked him today about a book that I won't go into, but I was looking for a book that I had that I actually could have acquired back in the day, but I was very newbie to all this stuff. And basically, they took herbs and roots and by color they kind of coordinated it to how your vascular system worked or how this worked, and herbs and roots and these different things, kind of like Carpo 719 does. And I think the Carpo 719 would really enjoy this individual. As some of my other friends, you don't necessarily have to. I'm not sure why he's a Satanist, but I just think he's non-dogmatic, and his I just cannot explain to you how intelligent he is unless you can listen and see too. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to promote his channel because he also is very well read in daily occurrences. So I was reading, let me see if I can get into his videos here real quick just so you guys can see. He's doing some stuff, and I mean the guy's making like 5 or 6 videos a day. I would love to. The new retard, never Trump mythology, a vote to release. I mean he's in my book he's extremely humorous as well. But he's done some stuff on Trump and like Clinton where he talks about the Saudis, and I mean he is just open. He's just open, and this is for the Christians here. If you're listening to me, when the Satanists, and I'm going to show you another one in a minute. When the Satanists are being more truthful than the Christians, we're in trouble, right? I mean, for some of you guys. I mean, if you get, because again, I've explained my stance on my life, but when gentlemen like this are more forthright, when they're giving more than those that profess to be of truth and love, there's something just not right though. Everything is off balance. Everything is off kilter. we're in a very interesting time. And this individual right here, I mean, just like here, he'll take you on the most up to date stuff. But the beautiful thing is he's also producing books. And basically, he has a book called Fruits of Eden or something like that. And the reason I'd asked him is I thought he may have known, because it was something like in Europe where they have this book. Well, it turns out that he's already got his own book. And he's talking about herbs and how to make ink, how to make paper. I mean, really? How fucking great is that? How to grow a garden, how to nourish it. These are things that, the Catholics were persecuting, killing, torturing people like this gentleman, because he has given you your self-sufficient knowledge. And I'm not advocating, it's just completely, I'm just saying it because it's without a platform. I'm not trying to advocate anything that anybody's saying. I'm just telling you, this guy's giving you knowledge to help you, grow saplings, take care of seeds, everything. So I'm buying that book. And yes, I am endorsing the one book. But how is it that we've ended up here? What does it all entail? And his knowledge of history is also really amazing. I'm just in wonder of this guy. And if you look at some of the books and magical workings and stuff, they say you can learn things in a day. But obviously this guy has been doing this for a very, very long time. And he's way more mature than his age probably would say. But, I've read some of the stuff where we say angels, but they say compartments in a mind. I could talk about all sorts of different stuff, but I think I'd rather, in certain subjects, listen to this person. And just amazing. His stuff with Hillary Clinton and the Saudis, man, just blew my mind. Really blew my mind. I haven't heard somebody so honest in a long, long time. So let's go to so he is a atheistic Satanist, I think by his own admission or whatever. Not that it's a confession, because it's he's without idols. So now we're going to go to the opposite, and we're going to go to Nargoyle, and I don't know if he sent me a video, but he sent me his first video. So he doodles as he speaks. And he is very, very, very intelligent as well. Yeah, it's not doing him well. Let me see if he does. I don't think he has playlists. Let's see. Oh, he does. So I view him, even though he is talking about a lot of different things, and some of it, for most of you, may be very offensive. I believe that he is extremely open and truthful. Again, I mean, look at the state of affairs. We have these Christians that are healing people that are extremely fake. Radio in the ear, clairvoyance, all this bullshit. This guy's really open to explaining the cults, explaining, their magical arts. I mean, he just is basically explaining everything. But he's a theist, so again, tread lightly. I'm not fearful of people. I am fearful. Like people bring up Carl Jung, and he talks about the evil of men. Well, I do fear evil men, because evil men are evil. There are people that will kill you for a fucking $5, $6, $7 in some countries. So I'm putting this guy out just so you can look. Go ahead and take a look. Don't be scared. I talk to a lot of very interesting people, and not just on here. I mean, I live a life where I'm actually doing things and being a human being in life. And, people, well, if you're going to look at that stuff, pour a circle of, kosher salt around you. if you need protection, maybe that's what you do. Incite to prayer if that's what you're into. I'm not belittling you. Because at the end of the day, I don't really know because I don't practice any of this stuff. So, again, even with Stexenhammer 666, I haven't looked at all of his work, but he does leave it open for, I don't know if it's energy, demon spirits. There's an open something. And as we know, they're commencing the $200,000 statue with Baphomet, which if you actually understand the symbolism is something else. But they didn't need to add the two little kids looking up. This is real shit. So I'm starting to make, maybe for a little bit, real videos. So looking at all the Donald Trump videos where these people are assaulting those that are promoting Donald Trump and wanting to use their First Amendment right, I just noticed that, look at the videos. And Infowars.com, I can't even believe I'm even saying this. We are in such chaos right now that it's all just, it's so fucking insane to look at all these fucking people because ignorance prevails. So now I'm in a reality show, and I decided that, especially if I talk to Latin people, like today I was in a place where I go have a couple of beers now and then, and I said some things about Donald Trump, and literally the Latin people that I have good rapport with they would not even speak. They ignored me. And then at some point they're like, fuck that dude. Clinton is a terrifying person. She will remove, she's, well, and this is the thing is I guess I'll start bringing in news as well. So Obama with the UN has made some type of security force that will now deal with the extremism in America. So the constant rhetoric of the USA is nothing more than the UN. And I've explained to you that if you're into the Republic, oh, and by the way, Stexenhammer 666, awesome dude, because you think he's a communist, but when you listen to the guy, I haven't heard anybody talk this well about state policy, foreign policy, connections. He's literally fucking amazing. Seriously. Very different from Nargile. I believe this guy's more of a poet, and you guys may not like that thing because some of his poems are offensive. To me too. I'm not into certain things he said, but as a whole, he's extremely interesting, and his both of these men speak. They're so articulate, and I think that's where we need to get is we need to be well read, articulate, understanding, open-minded, and ready to take on the world, regardless of what our stance is. If we want to unite as a mass and make it actually people doing stuff instead of the royal houses hiding behind corporations and political governments and these things, we need to actually get some kind of rapport. And in my opinion, keep away from flooding different people into different areas that really don't belong there. They're forcing strife in every way you can possibly imagine. So let's keep moving. I got to keep moving. So this video right here, and they're not. Let me see. And this is the thing is I gotta. Shouldn't even be showing you this. My apologies. Let's see if I'm hoping it's pretty new. I've never met this guy before. I don't know anything about it. I've not met, but I haven't talked to him or anything. This one right here. Excellent video on showing you the double standards in America right now. And this is in everything. I mean, so the bottom line in this video, they take this guy's words and they actually show you quite a few of them. And I don't particularly like him because I'm a Frasier. I love Frasier. I love Frasier because of his good nature and wholesome heart. But what he called him is like an Uncle Tom. I mean, just some of the things that he said about him were just downright disrespectful. I mean, just he put a whooping on his ass, on this guy's ass a couple times. And there's certain things that you just don't say. And, I've talked about that with other people. But I think this really shows you the propaganda, the inner workings of the government and what they're trying to do to the human race that lives in America. I think they are conquering and dividing. I've already said it many times. In every aspect you could possibly even imagine. I think this video right here is worth watching. I don't know about his other, I haven't, again, I don't have a lot of time. But basically both men just want their kids to marry within the same race. So I'm not of that ilk, okay? I'm pretty much opposite of them. I mean, not that I planned anything, you know what I mean? I'm living my life and things happen, but I married a woman that is of a different color, 2 colors different than my color, but I'm basically the bottom line is my kids are like 10 different nationalities or whatever, however you want to word it, and I'm 7. My wife is like 2, maybe 2.5. And I see a new world where we can have people that are separate. So I don't necessarily disagree with them. There are people, I mean, like I said, I don't want the races of the world to disappear. But if you find love in another race, I don't want to be, beaten down and killed for it. So we're getting into all sorts of weird things right now. And it's like, this video really made sense. And just on another level, and this is from a Facebook post that I had today, somebody gave to me. But Washington right now is going to start teaching kindergartners about being transgendered. Why in the fuck are we even talking about anything like that? People are who they are. We don't need to be schooled. We don't need to be keyword trained. We're not fucking dogs. When you're 9 years old, maybe you know where you're at. We keep the predators and the pedophiles away. Give them education. Allow them to flourish like flowers. We don't need to worry about any of that shit. Education till 8 or 9, 10, 12, 13, 15, maybe 18. There's a lot of just a fucking all this weird shit these assholes are doing. We don't need transgendered education for a 5-year-old. And you know what? I should have brought up the pedophile that they just busted from the Minuteman. One of the creators of the Minuteman, who was a kindergarten teacher, got busted for being a pedophile. He's looking at like 40 years. We have to understand that there's an international ring. And it ain't like a ring on your finger, you know what I'm saying? These people are all around us. There's not a lot of them, but they're very well integrated. Like Mambala, Johnny Depp and the King Ginsburg. I was highly inspired by Ginsburg. What's the other guy, the actor that was like talks about killing things? The guy from Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. You have to start connecting the dots to all these fucking weirdos. Yeah, I said it. Let's keep going here before I lose my mind. So, Excellent video. Excellent video. And I think I like the most thing I like about it is that you're not in it. Oh, no, no. Oh, no, just kidding, bro. So, no. Sorry, buddy. But anyway, brought up the scarab, which, if some of you guys look at my older videos, if you peel back the hemispheres of the mind and you get to the cortex of the brain, it actually looks like a scarab. But the beauty of the scarab, and it's always about Venus, right? As above, so below, as within, so without. The scarab makes its own children. And that's why, I mean, it's like it embodies the Ankh in life. I mean, it really is a symbol of life. It is the Ankh. It's androgynous by its own nature because it mates with itself. So, did find a couple things out in this video, which I had kind of thought about but did not know. And I found this to be a really, really good video. And again, it's like you always have to. And he actually quotes some books, which I don't really know about Mu, and may not at some point I may not agree with that. But what I will say is that I also like the 3 here, by the way, because it hints to other things as well, right? That it's showing you, if you look at this, it's the hermaphrodite. The two that are one, but as a scarab, that is all by itself, right? So it's the monad, the duad, and the triad all in one. But that's also her lady in red, right? So she also is she births herself. She's a this androgynous timepiece that is eternal. And some people may try to equate that with spirituality, but we don't have any concrete evidence of the continuum of these type of things. But anyway, stout, like the music. What else was I going to tell you? So yeah, it's the mind. It's also, if you look at that, there's the same video, I believe, that I show that the RAM is also the brain. So, as above, so below is relevant. I mean, today it is extremely relevant to the shapes of the things that we're talking about. I just want to give the kudos. I'm not a hater. Okay, I have to be honest and state my egoistic principalities upon this planet. Carl Jung, like I said, used to talk to spirits. And so I brought these two people in here, two very different gentlemen that believe in the word Satan in different opposite aspects. What I am really, which I should bring up real quick, is that within Stetson, I want to say Stetson Hammer 666 or 6666, because he in no way gives off that he's a communist. I'm wondering, and I'd like to ask his opinion, how he views, because a lot of the stuff that I have read is that the 5 points of communism, pentagram, are the 5 points of Satanism. Now, does that mean just because they're atheists that it's kind of the same? That's a question that I would like to ask him. If you look at all of his videos, I mean, it's like so much shit you could ask this guy. Kind of reminds me of Carpo a little bit. There's people that I would like to watch them talk together in a radio show. Wish I was the guy with the radio show, but I could be. I'm open-minded to where my future is. Oh, fuck, we don't want to know about that. Whoo! But we can talk about this. Let's get rid of those guys. So I've talked about Ginsburg. He's part of that little group. What's the other guy from Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas? I forget his name. Charlie Sheen. Wild ride there, man. A lot of drugs. Son of Sam. SSS. 3 stars. So let me get into the final thing just because you guys... Oh, I did leave it out. That's what I wanted to do. Hold on. Excuse me. Look at that. I'm doing this on the fly. So, this is a new playlist that I've started. And basically, I want you just to look at... so we talked about Mazzaroth in the Old Testament. And we've talked about how even the Hebrews had on the bottom of this temple, this Solomon's temple, they had the zodiac. And that if we get into Genesis, I believe that they talk about you can't worship any of the stars. No, like in the beginning, they tell you don't do any of it, but we got it on the floor, so we know all about it, but you can't do it. So, Zodiac Killer. And I used to study serial killers, mass murders. It was something I was in when I was from 13 to 16. But what I will say, in one of these videos, and I'm going to add a whole bunch to this playlist, in one of these videos, the gentleman shows a card. I'll give you a hint. That's a huge hint for some of you. But it's not the card on the video. There's another card. And in that card, if you see that card and you've been looking at my work, you'll instantly understand something. And you should already understand something just by the name of this killer. And by a symbol as well. Numbers, symbols, alphabet, all these things play into the big game. The crossword puzzle, the chessboard. So just so I can reaffirm what I am and just try to show you. So I am the Alpha and the Omega. Not me personally. Although we are all the children of the Creator. Alpha and the Omega. But let's go to Master Chef. Okay, so to close out this video, first of all, there's always 3 judges. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Always. And I've shown you in the Three Stooges. Think of a circle. The circle is still 9. So it's 360 degrees. It's always the same. All the things that I'm showing you right here, they're always the same. So, and I have to thank Pendragon, because when I showed the 3 cubes of the storage place, he told me the M's an N, and I started... The English language is extremely fluid, and it's number, letter, symbol, color, they all interchange. So I'm going to show you something, okay? Take it as you like. Okay, we'll start out real quick. So C is 3, M is 13, so 3 times M is 39. 3 nines. So there's the cube in itself. Right? So E is what? 5. So it's the pentagram spinning around. It's also 3. The 3 cubes spinning round and round. So if we do the math, if we just do it as an M, it's 5 and 8. So it's the pentagram and it's year. If we do it as an E, it's the pentagram. If we do it as a 3, it's the 3 spinning in a circle, which is 3 nines because it's 360 degrees. So I just want you to just kind of keep an open mind to this stuff. And I hope that, and also, just so we can reiterate and show a little more, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's the pentagram, right? So even though the number is there as well. So chef, and then there's 3. It'll all it'll all spin right back on itself if you keep looking at this. So this is Eric and Covenant Love. Much love to everybody. I hope you are well. I hope you found this somewhat entertaining, I guess. Peace to all people, man. I hope we start to get along, because we really, really, really need to. And by the way, so 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's actually, they're actually showing you 3 cubes, believe it or not.